Hi, it's Lisa here from Soul to Soul Yoga. I'm going to do a short tutorial on how to get into Urdhva Danurasana, upward bow, or the full wheel. You might remember it as the crab from school. Back bend, full back bend. Very difficult pose and very, very difficult to do, especially if you've got any wrist issues, shoulder issues. So it may not be for you. However, if you're kind of almost there, but you find that you're really struggling with the strength to push up, you're struggling with the shoulder and wrist openness because you do need quite a lot of flexibility in those areas to get into that pose, then this little tip and technique might help you. You're going to have two blocks like this. I'm going to first of all show you the way to get into full wheel. I'm not the most open in my shoulders and wrists. I find this pose, I can do it, but I find it challenging. The more open you are in the shoulders, and I do have a video on this, a kind of a half-hour tips, tricks, and technique and drills in order to improve your wheel. So you can have a look at that on the video library, and that's got lots of different drills. However, the technique is what we want to try and do is have a nice arch through the back, bringing the feet close to the bum, but about as wide as the hips, knees, hips and feet, ideally in a line and feet straight forward. Hands come down by the side of the body. So they're down by the side of the head and the fingertips point towards the feet. So for me, to start with, don't worry too much about where the elbows are, but ideally they're facing upwards. And then lift the hips to start with. This is option one, and just push into the hands. If you can't get any purchase, you can't get yourself up, stay here, just work on this position. But if you can push into the hands, bring the top of the head maybe to the floor, and then push all the way up. You can, of course, needed to adjust my feet a little bit down. You can see a big stretch in the wrists, a big stretch in the shoulders, and a big stretch through the whole of the front of the body. So for some people, this wrist angle is tough. It's tough. It's tough for me. So by grabbing a couple of bricks, place them shoulder width apart. Ideally, you're going to place them onto a skirting board on your wall. Make sure they're nice and solid on the mat, and then we'll have another go. So you place your fingertips on the bottom of the brick, and you want the whole of the palm pressing firmly on the brick. Again, lift your hips, elbows are strong, and then be determined, push firmly through the feet, but at the same time push through the hands, maybe come to the top of the head, maybe come all the way up. Hopefully you can see I've got a lot more openness. My wrists it's not so challenging on the wrist. I can push my chest through towards the wall and then come down. So it's actually really nice. It's still pretty hard. Not an easy pose for me at all, but with the bricks it makes it feel a lot more accessible, and obviously over time you might be able to bring them down so that you come onto the floor. But it's a great little hack there. I hope you found that useful. Have you got any other tips that you might be able to share, how you do your wheel pose, and let us know how you get on. Namaste.